Living the Vibes with Vitamin.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Living the Vibes. I'm your host, Vitamin. The biggest difference between being an adult and being a kid is being responsible. This is the worst thing that could happen in your life. You have to pay bills, you have to work, you have to take responsibility about your actions. Once I had a friend that was saying that the three stages of life is being a kid, being an adult, and being a old man. Being a kid sucks because you have to go to school. Being an adult sucks even more because you have to go to work. And of course, being an old man means that life is going to an end and the game will soon be over. This is a little joke, of course. Being responsible is actually not that bad because when you become an adult, you actually see the way that life is going. You don't count on your parents to buy you things because you can buy things on your own. And you see that they're actually more valuable to you now as an adult. Speaking about buying things, the second thing, the most lovely thing about being an adult is independence. We all wanted to be independent ever since we are a little kids. We want to have a driving license so we can drive whatever we want with our friends. We want to hang out with our friends late nights. We want to buy stuff with our own money. So this is independence. We have freedom. We have freedom to say what we want. We have freedom to buy what we want, to go where we want. And our parents cannot say anything about that because we are grown-ups. They cannot say anything about our social life, about our friends, about our relationships, because this is our choice. We make choices, we make mistakes, but we learn from them. This is a part of life. We all know that our parents want to protect us, but truth is that they cannot protect us from everything because life is about learning, about making mistakes and learning from them. And this is actually really good. Believe it or not, making mistakes is really good because making mistakes and learning from them is gonna make you grown as an adult, as a person. When parents are protecting you in your 20s, and sometimes people even in their 30s, this is gonna prevent you from growing up, which is sooner or later gonna be a big problem. So don't let your parents to control your life, especially after you get in your 20s, because this is a really important stage of your life. When you grow up, when you make decisions, when you make mistakes, when you choose the way of your life. We all have been in this situation that, especially the boys, we want to be, as a kids, football players. And some of the parents say, okay, this is great. Be one, go train and be one. But a lot of parents are saying, yeah, okay, football is great, basketball is great, but this is good as a hobby. But as a real job, it's going to be really tough because being a good football player is not easy. Okay, I agree with that. But let's ask your parents Uh, is actually being a lawyer or being a doctor easier than being a football player? I don't think so. Being a lawyer or a doctor is actually way tougher and way more responsible than being a football player, or an actor or singer or whatever you want to be. Truth is that as a kids, we pick up a career that it's actually more entertaining for us. That is making more money. That is easier, because I don't think a 6-year-old kid would want to be a lawyer. A doctor, maybe. A lot of kids are saying that they want to save lives. They want to be a dentist. They want to be a surgeon. But being a lawyer, being a politician, being a businessman, this is something that when you're 15, 16, maybe you think about this, but at 6-year-old, you rather be a basketball player, a boxer, or an actor than be a businessman. When you want to do something, just do it. If you want to be a lawyer, but be a lawyer because you want to, not because your parents want to. If you want to work in the sport industry, do it, but do it because of your own decision, not because of your parents. Make a life plan about your life, about your career, about your hobbies, about where you want to live, how you want to spend your money, because this is your own decision as an adult. This is the difference between the adult and the teenager, the kids, that they don't have the chance to do that because they're dependent from their parents. I have made some bad decisions in the past, but I have made also good ones. I have a master's degree in political science, and I like it, but to be honest, this is actually not that fun as it sounds. And this is why I started a podcast, because it is something like a hobby to me, and I want to make my life more entertainable. The place that I'm actually gonna have a voice, and I'm gonna talk about things that I want to. Being an adult and being a teenager, it's not about the way you look, it's about the way you act. You see, you might have a rich parents that are buying you expensive cars, you have a lot of money so you can hang out with your friends, you have apartment, you have houses, you have a lot of things, but this does not make you an adult. An adult makes you when you pay for all these things, when you're responsible, and when you see the value of all those things. The way you dress, the way you look, the way you act, the way you talk. When you're a teenager, you can say a lot of things, even when you're rude, but you are not gonna take that responsibility as an adult. Being responsible and being independent are the two main things between being a teenager and being an adult. One of them, being responsible, it really sucks from the beginning. I know that. Paying bills, not saying what you want because you might have consequences with the things you say. But trust me, in the first years in your 20s, it's gonna be tough, but then you're gonna get used to it. The second thing, being an independent one, is really good, but because you have to be really careful in your first years. You can live wherever you want, you can spend your money however you want, you can do whatever you want, You can hang out with her whoever you want. Mostly you can do what with your life, whatever you want, because you're an adult. Like I said, do not listen to every advice of your parents, because they do love you and they do think about your future. Sometimes they're right and you have to listen to them, but sometimes they're wrong, because every single person is making a decision of his own life. Some of us want to be lawyers, some of us want to work in sport industry, in the music industry. So just don't let your parents to control your life. But on your side, of course, don't get in fights with your parents. Don't put them aside of your life, because this is also not a good idea. Just have them close enough, but not too closer to your life. When you're a teenager, you don't have to think about the choices you make. When you're an adult, think twice before you make a choice, because you might make a mistake. Like I said, mistakes can make you learn from life, but sometimes mistakes can turn your life upside down. So be careful with those things. Thank you once again, guys, for watching. Remember, make smart decisions, be responsible, but also be independent. Love your parents, love your friends, love your loved ones, but don't make them control your life, because you are a grown man right now, or a grown woman. Thank you once again for watching Living the Vibes. I'm your host, Violent, and I'll see you next week.